Livestream sponsor, Best Choice Realty. At the end of the day, we have to chase the horizon to our homes. Whether you're looking to buy or sell your home, make Best Choice Real Estate part of your journey. Their experienced agents can help you navigate through the process from start to finish. Best Choice Real Estate has been #1 in the Brookings market for over 25 years. Give them a call at 692-9200 or visit their website at brookingshomes.com. And with the bang of that cannon, folks, today is off and going. It looks like this year's color guard is SDSU's Army ROTC program.
Followed close behind, the Parade Marshal, Chuck Cecil. The 2025 Parade Grand Marshal is Chuck Cecil, who was born in Wessington Springs, South Dakota. After serving in the U.S. Navy, he came to SDSU to study journalism, graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in 1959. With a successful career in public relations and creative journalism, he also had a passion for the preservation of local history. We're proud to have Mr. Chuck Cecil.
Oh my goodness, it's so exciting to see this year's Weary Will and Dirty Lil go by in the Bummobile. This year's Weary Will was a part of the Outback Jacks program, the University Student Computer Program, SDSU Orientation, SDSU Statesman Choir, and the University Program Council. This year's Dirty Lil could be found welcoming students and their families to campus with her involvement as an admissions ambassador and a new student orientation leader. She was also a member of the Association for the Education of Young Children, the Student Union Expansion Committee, a committee member for various university program council events, state-a-thon, minority peer mentor, and was the Hobo Dignitaries coordinator. So just a reminder, folks, that the identities of Weary Will and Dirty Lil are kept secret until halftime of the Hobo Day football game. So make sure that you're paying attention to see who are this year's Weary Will and Dirty Lil.
Now make some noise for the South Dakota State Spirit Squad. The SDSU dance team is composed of 29 dancers. They compete at UDA College Nationals in Orlando, Florida each year. Last year they placed 5th in Palm, and they helped cheer on the Jacks at all home football men's and women's basketball games, as well as select volleyball and wrestling matches. Their head coach, Christy Piskoski, assistant coach, Kennedy Knuth, and assistant coach, Rachel Conrad. The primary purpose of SDSU cheerleading is to lead cheers, to raise the level of fan support for athletics, and to elicit that support from South Dakota State fans. They are led by Coach Kana Party and Coach Isabel Raby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride is in the Hobo Day Parade today. Let's make some noise for the Pride of the Dakotas marching band. The Pride of the Dakotas Marching Band is celebrating its 135th year. Under the direction of Dr. Kevin Kessler, Dr. Jacob Wallace, Dr. Aaron Ragsdale, Andrea Kiekefer, and Ashley Ragsdale. It wouldn't be an SDSU event or a Jackrabbit game day without our beloved Pride. Now is part of the program where they break it down a little bit.
Figure this is a good time to take a moment to introduce ourselves. My name is Miranda O'Brien Hurdle. I was a former committee member from 2017 to 2020.
Thanks for saying the years you were on the committee, Miranda. Now I have to do the same. Good morning, everyone. I'm Maddie Kerr. I was on the Hobo Day Committee from 2013 to 2015 and also had the honor of serving as Miranda O'Brien's Hobo Day Committee advisor. And I think we see a pretty familiar face coming along now.
Oh, yes. This is Barry H. Dunn, who was named the 20th president of South Dakota State University in April 2016. He is the fourth alumnus chosen to lead the institution. He assumed office May 23rd, 2016. He is, of course, riding with his lovely wife, Jane, who's also an alumni of South Dakota State.
Next up, you will see, it looks like they're going to do a little showing here. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Army ROTC cannon. It is being pulled by a World War II Jeep, which is being driven by retired Brigadier General Lowell Cruz and passenger Major Andrew Seimer. It is pulling a PAC-75 cannon.
Here's a little piece of hobo history for you all. In 1912, R. Adams Dutcher introduced the very first Hobo Day to South Dakota Agricultural College. Pretty incredible. We're still here today.
I believe that. You want to know another little bit of history, Miranda? This year we are actually celebrating the 75th appearance of Weary Will. Walt Conahan in 1950 made the first appearance as our very in-person Weary Will, bringing to life a character that we come to know today as Hobo Day's primary mascot.
All right, coming through the parade now, the Brookings Fire Department, who has 48 members, 3 career members, and 45 dedicated professional volunteers. They protect the city of Brookings, 186 square miles of Brookings County, and 27 square miles in Moody County. Coming up behind them, the Brookings Ambulance. Brookings Health System operates 4 modern ambulances in Brookings County. Their staff is actively involved in educating the public about emergencies. The paramedics and EMTs use their years of knowledge to help educate local first responders and other EMTs, as well as children attending Safety Town, local health fairs, and other community events. They're, of course, surrounded by members of SDSU's EMS Club.
As we're celebrating 113 years of Hobo Day with the tagline, Chase the Horizon, this year's tagline encourages others to seek out whatever adventures lie in front of them and to never stop wandering toward their own horizon. As hobos by choice, we are forever tied to SDSU, and the committee wants everyone to not only be urged towards new horizons, but to always feel connected to the horizons we have passed leading up to this 2025 Hobo Day celebration.
All right, well, if you're parading around town looking for a new home this weekend, then you need to call the grand poobahs of the real estate market. It's none other than Best Choice Real Estate. They'll help you find a home that floats your boat and your budget. Best Choice Real Estate has been #1 in the Brookings market for over 25 years. Give them a call. Get out your pens and paper. It is 692-9200, or, of course, you can visit their website at brookingshomes.com.
I will admit a little bit of bias towards Best Choice Real Estate. They helped me get my home here in Brookings, putting down roots after I graduated from college. So check them out. They do phenomenal work.
That they do.
A little bit later on, when we start to see the student entries come through, many of them have been participating for, let's say the lifetime of their organizations on campus. But you might see that several of them have a distinction called the Fantastic Floats program. And this has been a program that the committee started back in 2012, and it helps grant dollars to student organizations to help out with the building of their floats. The Hobo Day Committee administers a grant program each year again, called Fantastic Floats. And this year, the Hobo Day program was able to sponsor 31 grants or 31 student organizations that you're going to see here later this morning with $7,500 with the generous help of the SDSU Foundation. If you were able to get some donuts from the Alumni Association this morning, let's make a little bit of noise. Yes, it's so phenomenal that we have this investment here of this beautiful Alumni Center welcoming us back. One, you can't beat the view right across from the Campanile, best view on campus. But let's give a large shout out to the team at the SDSU Alumni Association and the SDSU Foundation. Let's make some noise for them.
Here comes the Aurora Fire Department. Make some noise for them. All right, some more Hobo Day history. The Hobo Day chairman adopted the title of Grand Poobah, and Norm Sheik is the first person to hold that new moniker. Then, 11 years later, in 1982, Ann Cratchville-Holshauser became the first female to serve as the Hobo Day Committee's Grand Poobah.
I would love to know the name of this snowplow that we have coming through. It's been a fun program that South Dakota DOT has been doing in the last several years to name the plows. It looks like we have a large group of SDSU athletes coming along, as well as the very same truck that pulls equipment each away game to follow the football team. SDSU Athletics has 19 varsity sports. The Hobo Day football game against the University of Northern Iowa begins at 2 p.m. in the Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. This evening at 7 p.m., the SDSU volleyball team will take on St. Thomas in First Bank and Trust Arena. If you are attending the football game, you can also attend the volleyball game with their ticket. Today is a hike and spike. Let's make some noise for our student athletes. Go big, go blue,
Go
Jacks.
SDSU.
Lance Trucking out of Volga, South Dakota is the trucking company that makes sure that our boys get their equipment to all the away games. Thank you, Lance Trucking, for your service to SDSU.
All right, it's the Sport and Recreation Management Club. They're a student organization available for students to join. That's right, make some noise. The Sport and Recreation Management Club focuses on community involvement, networking, and bringing an enjoyable environment to all students.
Oh my goodness, and it looks like they have the honor of taking home this year's Student Entry Award for the most entertaining group.
I can see why.
I was going to say, I can't imagine why.
I don't know that I've ever seen a boat in the parade, Maddie. Have you? A bum boat.
You know, I think they've had this for a few years, but I wonder if it's seaworthy.
I don't know that we should try to find out. Here are the Brookings Rangers, your local hockey club for boys and girls, open to anyone ages 5 to high school seniors. Make some noise for the Brookings Rangers. Here is Governor Larry Roden and First Lady Sandra Roden. Mr. Larry Roden was elected as Lieutenant Governor alongside Governor Kristi Noem in 2018 and re-elected in 2022. He rose to the office of governor in January 2025. He serves as the 34th governor of South Dakota.
Right behind our governor, we have the Catholic Jacks. The Pope Pius XII Catholic Newman Center on campus provides opportunities for students to take part in the sacraments of the Catholic faith. The Newman Center also organizes events to develop friendships and invite students to grow closer to Christ.
The Nutrition and Health Sciences Club is a group of students that focuses on improving health through nutrition and food education. They organize health awareness campaigns, volunteer opportunities, as well as campus and community initiatives to promote nutritional education among diverse populations.
Someone in the crowd here said, shouldn't they be tossing carrots?
That sounds dangerous.
You know, that's exactly what I want at 9:44 in the morning is a carrot.
To go with your coffee?
You can also double as a stir stick.
Oh, that's what you need the carrot
Ingenuity. Ingenuity must be my entrepreneurial studies degree here from South Dakota State University.
You know, our Grand Marshal this morning got a journalism degree. I felt very connected to him. I also got a journalism degree here at SDSU.
I know, and I also saw that he was from Wessington Springs. We've been pretty blessed with the Hobo Day program to have a fair host of folks from Wessington Springs in that area. Sanborn County knows how to turn them out.
Absolutely.
The Dakota Drifters Snowmobile Club is a South Dakota State affiliated club that maintains the local snowmobile trail system as they host several charity events in the area. They're encouraging you to chase the snowy horizon.
Here is President Emeritus Dave Shequin and distinguished alumni Rich Helspur. Helspur, a Brookings native, was a longtime attorney and served as chief legal counsel for SDSU from 1982 to 2017 while running his own firm. He also held key state legal roles and contributed to numerous South Dakota boards and commissions supporting education and community development. David Shequin was the 19th president of SDSU and only the third alumni to serve in the position. He served as president from 2007 through 2016.
One of the things I enjoy the most about President Emeritus Shequin is that every year he elects to actually drive through a dignitary. He doesn't want to be one himself. He'd rather serve the Hobo Day program and drive one of the other dignitaries. Looks like we have our Student Nurses Association and Construction Club. The Student Nurses Association represents SDSU's College of Nursing and its values. They aim to spread the meaning of nursing to students, campuses, and community members. They've teamed up this year with the Construction Management Club. And the Construction Management Club strives to provide students with resources and events that further their experience on SDSU's campus.
All right, watch out for the cars coming down the road with some candy here. The SDSU Robotics Club is a technical organization working to build skills in engineering and management through real-world experiences. They give students the ability to engineer in a safe, free environment.
We are honored to have another distinguished alum, Dawn Tobacco Frank. Dawn Tobacco Frank, the first female president of the Ogallala Lakota College, rose from student to leader, guiding the institution with a vision rooted in Lakota values. An OLC and SDSU alumna, she has advanced Native higher education and accreditation efforts while serving nationally through the American Indian Higher Education Consortium.
Following close behind, the School of Design class of 121 students. Freshman students in the School of Design majors such as architecture, interior design, or studio art created structured interpretations of an assignment for you to enjoy this morning.
I'm trying to think of a good joke to make about this bicycle, but honestly, I'm just taken away by it. The School of Design does phenomenal work every year with what they choose to put through the Hobo Day Parade, and it's just so much fun.
Truly.
Right now, we have the Mickelson Middle School Band of Brookings. The Mickelson Middle School Marching Band is made up of 110 7th and 8th grade band students. The band is playing Ecstasy of Gold, written by Ennio Morricone from the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The song was made popular again by the band Metallica.
I think I see some future Pride members in that band.
Looks like we have my fraternity, Chi Omega and Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Chi Omega Xi Theta chapter is a sorority on SDSU's campus, and they are celebrating their 58th year of being a chapter at SDSU. Their philanthropy is Make-A-Wish, and SAE is joining them today. SAE is a fraternity organization of great passion, desire, and elegance. Once an organization created for the greater good of true gentlemen in the making. Now an organization heading for the greater good of all.
This is Rolling Thunder, Chapter 2 here in Brookings, South Dakota. The major function of Rolling Thunder, Inc. is to publicize the Palmia issue, to educate the public that many American prisoners of war were left behind after all previous wars, and to help correct the past and protect future veterans from being left behind should they become prisoners of war or missing in action. They are also committed to helping American veterans from all wars.
Oh my goodness, they got the Grand Pooba's dad driving Senator Tim Reed. Tim is a native of Brookings and SDSU graduate. He currently serves as District 7 state senator, and after 13 years in city government, including 8 as mayor, he is now the retired CEO of the Brookings Economic Development Corporation and my former boss. Great to see you this morning, Tim.
You better be nice, Maddie. All right, we have the Geography Club at SDSU. They aim to stimulate and promote interest and professionalism in the field of geography, provide the opportunities for those interested to exchange ideas and carry on discussions, and to foster rapport among geography students and facility.
Hope you guys got some good shocks on that Hobo mobile. If you find a muffler in the streets later, please contact Alpha Gamma Rho. Following them is Brookings Taekwondo. Brookings Taekwondo is a Jackrabbit alumni-owned local martial arts studio that offers traditional martial arts training to students of all ages. Mark and Kelly Anowski graduated from SDSU and continue to support the college and Jackrabbits. They offer self-defense and personal awareness courses for all. Kelly and I took some MBA classes together, so we're homies.
Maddie, do you know everybody in this parade?
I might. We'll see. We'll take a running tally at the end.
I'm working on it. But I did just see somebody holding up a sign in front of the live stream because we have a quick birthday shout out to Maggie Helgeland Hopp. Maggie was born 28 years ago on October 11th, 1997, which was the last time that Hobo Day was on October 11th. She's currently in Rome with her husband and sons, but we just want to wish Maggie a happy birthday.
I also hear that there's another birthday along Madera Avenue. Alan Harstad, we know you're here. I know you said not to say anything, but happy birthday, Alan.
And of course, we better move right along into those parade entries again. The Brookings City Council is a part-time legislative body that reviews and adopts citywide policies with all members serving at large and representing the entire municipality.
Following them is a student collaboration for the advancement and promotion of pharmacy. This entry is put together by all the student organizations in the College of Pharmacy and Allied Health. The college added allied health majors in medical lab science and respiratory therapy and brings together key professionals in patient care. Great to see these organizations that start collaborating with students.
They are for the kids. It's State-a-thon, a nationwide movement, called Dance Marathon, where they work to raise money for the kids for Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Big shout out, State-a-thon. And it looks like they are the proud owners of another parade banner having the most Hobo entry for this year's Student Entries Awards.
Next up, Jamie Katner, Miss South Dakota 2025. She's a music educator from Huron, focusing on expanding access to music education and supporting student creativity. She's an SDSU graduate and leads the initiative Melodies of Joy, partnering with schools and community programs. Jamie was crowned here in Brookings this last June. Congratulations, Jamie.
Miranda, you know a thing or two about being crowned Miss South Dakota, don't you?
I may have been Miss South Dakota 2023 and the second, maybe the third Hobo Day committee member to be Miss South Dakota.
That's right. We've been pretty blessed. We have Princess Kay of the Milky Way. From the Midwest Dairy Association, we are proud to see Mallory Thorston joining the Hobo Day Parade. She is a current student at SDSU, and we want to let you know that the Midwest Dairy Association helps out those dairy farmers here in South Dakota and along the I-29 corridor. And as Princess Kay of the Milky Way, Mallory will be serving as their ambassador throughout the year, helping them promote their products and share the good word of dairy. If you're lactose intolerant, you can still be a dairy supporter.
Next up is the Webster Area High School Band, performing many different styles throughout the year, including marching band, pep band, concert band, small group ensemble, large group ensemble, and jazz band.
Ding, ding, ding on the trolley. It's the deans of SDSU. We have Dr. Joseph Cassidy, Dr. David Ernest, Dr. Evan Ortlieb, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, Dr. Marianne Krogh, Dr. Dan Hansen, Dr. Sen Subramanian, Dr. Nicole Lounsbury, Dr. Greg Heiberger, and Dr. Christy Tornquist. So they serve as the deans of SDSU and make sure that all of our wonderful jackrabbits come through have a phenomenal world-class education.
Speaking of that education, the American Institute of Architecture students follows close behind. They work to advance leadership, design, and service among architecture students. Their design is a 3D cityscape, and they're joined by the National Organization of Minority Architecture Students, who are a group of students from an array of backgrounds who share a common goal of pursuing their architectural degree at the undergraduate and graduate levels.
Right here in the VW Bug is Emily's Hope. Emily's Hope is a nonprofit organization dedicated to removing the stigma of substance use disorder through awareness, education, and prevention. And they also help remove financial barriers for treatment and recovery. It's incredibly important work what Emily's Hope is a part of. Jay, it's good to see that you made it.
This man, he is Jay Kramer and was on the Hobo Day committee from 1973 to 1975. And last night he was awarded the Hobo Spirit Award. He was the Bummobile handyman, and because of that, he earned that award. That is decided on by the board of directors for the Hobo Day Committee Alumni Chapter.
Jay is a big reason that you're going to see the Bummobile make not one, but 2 trips through the Hobo Day Parade this year. It is tradition of Hobo Day that the Bummobile starts and ends every parade. You see the first lap go through with it being Weary Will and Dirty Lil, and then it's going to make a repeat trip carrying this year's Grand Poobah and her committee. So this year's Grand Poobah, Claire Kennecke from Pierre, South Dakota, is going to come through at the very end. And it's such a beautiful, fun moment for us to get to celebrate them and all of their hard work.
Now you can check out No Illusions Martial Arts, where martial arts meets purpose. No Illusions shapes future leaders through resilience, perseverance, and community. A place where everyone can learn real-world skills safely and effectively. Whoa, that's cool. Do it again. I want to see it one more time.
Woo!
Make some noise for these
Oh my
kids.
gosh.
Can you do that, Maddie?
No, I can't,
Yeah,
but I know exactly where to go if I want to learn how to. That is not the General Lee car. That is actually, in fact, the quarter scale tractor team in Jack's Agricultural Technology and Engineering Club, or JTech now. The Quarter Scale Tractor Team is a student-led organization which designs and fabricates a mini pulling tractor to compete at the ASABE International Quarter Scale Competition each year, and they are proud that in the past 4 years, the team has placed first place in 2022 and 2023, third place in 2024, and second place in 2025. Let's give them a big shout out. Oh my goodness, it looks like J-Tech is taking home another parade banner as well as the best overall float. I think they've won that a few times, but J-Tech is a group of ag engineers, ag systems technology, and precision ag majors that pursue to do the best in their degree and strive to be better and greater every day. The club invites employers to speak with students and also hold meetings for their students in the department to network and grow friendships. SDSU was the first in the nation to have a full-fledged Bachelor of Science precision agriculture major.
Distinguished alumni Alan Lance Sr. coming up next. Alan Lance, an SDSU graduate and former Idaho Attorney General, later served as a federal judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims from 2004 to 2017. A former Army JAG officer and past national commander of the American Legion, he's recognized for his leadership in victims' rights and public service.
Following that, we have the Dakota Valley High School Marching Band. The Dakota Valley High School Band enjoys performing at competitions and festivals across our region. This year, they competed at the Watchdog Marching Festival and the Menno Band Days. They are thrilled to close their season with the Hobo Day Parade and want to thank you for the opportunity to perform here. We hope you enjoyed their rendition of ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man.
It's got me dancing, that's for sure. All right, next up, distinguished alumni Charles Chuck Gullickson. Charles was a partner at Davenport, Evans, Hurwitz, and Smith since 1984, specializing in financial law and leading the South Dakota Life and Health Insurance Guarantee Association. A Moody County native and SDSU Briggs Scholar, he helped shape national banking models and supports the arts here in South Dakota.
Featuring a community entry, we have the Brookings Regional Humane Society and the Midwest Maiden Roller Derby. The Brookings Regional Humane Society has been operating since 1998, and they work to find a safe haven for dogs, cats, and other small companion animals while they wait for their forever homes. The Midwest Maidens Roller Derby is a competitive recreational, open-gender, flat-track roller derby league based in Brookings, South Dakota, and supports derby across the Great Plains Midwest area.
They were positively cute. Next up, the College Democrats. They represent the student body of Democrats at South Dakota State University. They're walking with the following Democrat Party candidates: Julian Bowden of the U.S. Senate, Robert Arnold for South Dakota Governor, Billy Mawini for U.S. House, Nikki Gronley for U.S. House, and Terrence Davis for Secretary of State.
Well,
I'm scared.
I was going to say, I don't have a lot of words for what's coming down the road, so it's no surprise that Farmhouse Fraternity is associated with it. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm a big fan of Farmhouse. Farmhouse Fraternity is an organization comprised of the next leaders in agriculture, business, and engineering. Farmhouse is built on 4 pillars that each of its members stand by. Farmhouse men are steady in their faith, practice excellent social skills and moral skills, strive to eat healthy and stay physically fit, and work to exceed expectations in the classroom. Farmhouse men are active in campus activities, serve the community, and strive to become better men for tomorrow.
Here is Aim High, the student organization affiliated with the Air Force ROTC program here at SDSU. It serves as the cadet-run counterpart to the official ROTC detachment, providing cadets opportunities to raise funds, organize projects, and engage in community outreach. Through Aim High, cadets can independently design and complete initiatives outside the scope of the government-funded ROTC.
Next, we have our SDSU Family of the Year, the Gullickson family. The Dave and Elaine Gullickson family of Brookings were honored as this year's Family of the Year by the SDSU Alumni Association. Their deep-rooted connection to South Dakota State University spans generations. Beginning with Dave's enrollment in the South Dakota School of Agriculture in 1956, their legacy continues through their children and 8 grandchildren, many of whom are SDSU graduates or current students, reflecting a lasting commitment to the university and its community.
Just warms your heart on a chilly morning. The Pheasants Forever chapter here at South Dakota State University is a collegiate chapter within the National Organization of Pheasants Forever. They're dedicated to conservation of pheasants, quails, and other wildlife species that is accomplished through habitat improvements, education, public awareness, and land management programs.
Capers! Alpha Psi Omega is the honorary theater fraternity on campus. They support State University theater and dance activities. They also are the group that is responsible for SDSU's SNL-like event, Capers. Join them at Capers this next year with the theme being Capers Gets Real. As a fellow Capers cat, I'm just going to say one thing. Capers!
SDSU Women's Rugby Club. Nope, this is the men's rugby club. Sorry, gentlemen. Oh, it's both of you. Perfect. Thank you.
Surprise, shorty.
Well, rugby is a free-flowing game that features a combination of strength, speed, and strategy to move a ball onto an opponent's territory. Rugby is a full-contact sport, yet players wear little to no protective gear. Rugby evolved from football and soccer, which is often called the game played in heaven.
How lucky are we that we get to see the Pride not once, but twice this year? The Pride Alumni Band is a part of the Pride of the Dakotas Alumni chapter and is focused on the great musical talents and memories that live in the past, present, and future at SDSU. Ultimately, the Pride of the Dakotas chapter is about continuing the SDSU Pride of the Dakotas experience. They would like you to know that your enthusiasm for SDSU and state doesn't have to end at graduation. If you happen to be a former Pride member listening in on our live stream, know that you can join them too. They march about every 5 years.
If I had any marching ability, this is awesome.
If I had any musical talent ability, I would be there too. I see a lot of friendly faces there in the Pride Alumni Band. We love you, you guys.
Gosh, I could listen to that all day long. Next up is the Brookings Area Transit Authority, nonprofit public transportation serving SDSU students and employees, Rabbit Ride, area youth, elderly, people with disabilities, and the general public in Brookings and surrounding communities. It is the Beta Bus.
Beta's going through a little bit of rebranding, so I know that front bus looks a little naked, but don't worry, they're working on it. Following the Beta Bus, we have another distinguished alum, Cheryl Doring-Meshke. In 2023, Cheryl Doring-Meshke became the first woman CEO of a U.S. dairy cooperative, leading Associated Milk Producers Incorporated, the nation's largest cheese co-op. A lifelong AMPI leader, she has helped expand production and launch the Dinner Bell Creamery brand.
They're even throwing out cheese. I love that. That's way better than candy.
Yeah, I would love to get a cheese.
Next up, the Pre-Vet Club here at SDSU serves to represent and educate the pre-veterinary medicine students at South Dakota State. They allow for opportunities for members to gain valuable and unique experience, provide information relative to the field of veterinary medicine to members of the Pre-Vet Club through special tours, speakers, and making available information regarding veterinary school requirements.
Oh my goodness, those horses have got a little bit of bling on them. And the one just gave me a nod when I said that, like, yes, I know, I'm handsome, I'm pretty, I know. The SDSU, Pre-Professional Veterinary School Program. So students in the Professional Veterinary Medicine Program complete 2 years of study here at SDSU, then move to Minnesota at the University of Minnesota to finish their DVM degree. The club aims to provide information and resources related to the field of veterinary medicine and additional education opportunities while providing guidelines for the class meetings and executive board meetings in order to help develop a cohesive cohort and build professionalism.
All right, we've got some more queens in the parade. Make some noise for our Miss Hub City, Miss Siouxland's Teen, and Miss Railroad Junction. Each of these women will go on to compete for the title of Miss South Dakota and Miss South Dakota's Teen right here at South Dakota State University at the end of next May.
Following them, we have the student organization Jacks for Life. Jacks for Life on the campus of SDSU seeks to activate and inspire students and community members. Members of Jacks for Life work to save lives threatened by induced abortion and euthanasia while also seeking to promote all stages of life from conception until natural death at the state, local, and national level.
Next up, distinguished alumni Jill Janicki. She founded Rising Hope Counseling in 2013, growing it from a solo practice in peer to nearly 80 clinicians across 30 locations in 4 states. A nationally recognized entrepreneur and mental health advocate, she was named a 2025 Remarkable Woman of South Dakota for her leadership and impact in expanding access to care.
Ah, yes, the Red Barn can only mean one thing. Little I is right along Madera Avenue in this year's Hobo Day Parade. Little I is the largest 2-day student-run livestock exposition in the nation, folks. The 160-person large staff is excited to celebrate the 103rd Little I this year on March 27th through the 28th. I had a weird inflection because their barn said 103, but our script said 102.
Here is the Brookings Mountain Biking Association. Brookings Mountain Biking Association focuses on building trails at the Dakota Nature Park and getting people of all ages developing their mountain biking skills. We invite you to get outside and ride.
That's quite a sturdy unicycle. You can really tell that it's maybe an off-roading unicycle. I tried to learn how to ride a unicycle, and you know what? Growing up in rural South Dakota with a lot of gravel roads, I'm going to use that as my excuse. It had nothing to do with my physical ability.
Yeah, I'll use that for my excuse as to why I couldn't ride a bike for a long time, too. Yeah.
While we have a little bit of a wait here before the Millbank High School Marching Band comes along, we want to give a big thank you to the City of Brookings. The City of Brookings is so grateful, or is so lovely, and it's great to work with them each year on the Hobo Day Parade and making sure that our community is safe. Each year, SDSU relies on their kindness to help make the tradition happen, and they are so thankful to be able to share the community with all of our neighbors.
All right, here's the Millbank High School Band. Millbank Marching Band participates in one competitive parade each year. They've traveled to festival bands in Sioux Falls, Gypsy Days in Aberdeen, and of course, Hobo Day here in Brookings. They say thank you to the Hobo Day Committee for a great parade atmosphere.
Following the Millbank High School Marching Band, we have Letters of Grace. Letters of Grace exist to create hope and healing throughout the community. Designed with the same idea as a little free library, they want you to give a letter and take a letter. Accompanied by their founder, Kiera Goldade, Miss South Dakota USA, Megan Heichel, and Miss South Dakota's Teen USA, Bella Putz. Wild Hair Racing. This team is an organization on SDSU's campus where students design and build a quarter-scale A quarter-scale formula-style race car and compete against other colleges with organizations called Formula SAE. The Wild Hare Racing Team designs, builds, and tests a new prototype every year based on a series of rules whose purpose is to both ensure learning of current industry practices and promote clever problem solving. Let's give it up for Wild Hare Racing.
Next up, the American Indian Student Association. Their mission is to unite and advocate the American Indian student population at South Dakota State University. This association works towards creating a strong sense of community and providing opportunities for fellow students to engage in social and cultural activities on campus, while simultaneously offering a safe space for American Indian students and their allies to come together and discuss the issues and experiences that define their college experiences.
And tossing out a little bit of candy right after that, we have our Brookings County Commission. The County Commission is the legislative and administrative authority for Brookings County, overseeing county policies, budgets, infrastructure, and service for its residents. Wow, we are just blessed with some beautiful public servants here in Brookings, both between our city and county government. I work with a lot of them on a daily basis, and I want to give them a huge shout out. They're just phenomenal to work with.
The Brookings High School FFA chapter is one of South Dakota's top agricultural education programs, offering hands-on learning in areas like agronomy, animal science, and ag mechanics. The chapter has earned multiple state championships. Its advisors are Joshua Johnson and Michelle Dykstra.
They are followed by Desert Hare Off-Road. They work to design and fabricate an all-terrain vehicle each academic year.
The life of a showgirl. It's the Taylor Swift Society. They were established in 2022. You love this club, don't you, Maddie?
I do!
This Taylor Swift Society is a popular organization among the SDSU students. They host meetings including lyrical analysis and trivia game nights. We love some Swifties.
You look like Weary Will. I think that's what she said, right?
Oh, absolutely. Those are definitely Taylor Swift's lyrics. T Swift, you can join us next year and confirm or not.
The Brookings Lion Club is coming through here with their van where they help with Kids Sight. The Lions Club International is the world's largest service club organization with more than 1.4 million members and approximately 46,000 clubs in more than 200 countries and geographical areas around the world. They have a major emphasis on vision care. They also do phenomenal work, and you might recognize a lot of them because often they serve as ushers at SDSU events.
Rolling in now, the Snow Lab Research Team. They're a biomedical research group at South Dakota State University led by principal investigator Dr. Ethan Snow. Known for their national conference presentations and prolific publication record, the team is driven by undergraduate and graduate students across SDSU and clinical collaborators from the Brookings community. The team's motto, cutting-edge innovation, evidence-based design, underlies their model for high-caliber education and impactful clinical anatomy research.
It's not every day that you see like a 5-foot scalpel on like a hoverboard.
No, not at all.
That's Hobo Day, folks.
All right, we've got some more queens here with the Miss South Dakota organization. We've got Miss McCrory Gardens. I can't see all of your, I've got Miss Brookings, I've got Miss SDSU, and I believe I've got Miss Jackstein. Miss SDSU will be crowning a brand new competitor for Miss South Dakota next weekend, October 18th. Make sure you check it out.
Coming from my neck of the woods, we have the Miller High School Rustler Regiment. The Miller High School Rustler Regiment has been a mainstay of the Hobo Day Parade for over 40 years. The Green Band with the Bells has performed numerous times on the national stage, most notably marching down Main Street, USA at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Coming up during the summer of 2026, the regiment will once again be traveling to Orlando to take the themes from How to Train Your Dragon to Universal Studios. Happy Hobo Day. Let's give it up for the Rustlers. Next up, we have the Armed Forces Association. This student club supports military-affiliated students on campus. This year, the AFA is honoring the 50th year of the ending of the Vietnam War. On the float, you will see several Jackrabbit Vietnam veterans. Please give them a huge round of applause for their support and service. Thank you so much. We appreciate your service. You know, Miranda, you made a comment of how many people do I know in the parade, and I gotta say I do know a lot of the drivers of the vehicles.
My tally is going up.
That's maybe because I worked on SDSU's campus for a little over 7 years.
Now, Maddie, before we announce this next one, you just said, yay, Hobo Day. It was so lackluster. Come on, it's Hobo Day.
Oh my gosh, she's taking my words out of context. I want everyone to know that.
All right, I won't tease you too much. Here is the Brookings Regional Humane Society and the Midwest Maidens Roller Derby. Nope, I am incorrect. It is the Brookings Area Habitat for Humanity. They have a lot going on, but they're excited to share it with you, from their annual Nail the Runway Gala fundraising event to the locally owned Restore that sells discounted home improvement items, from building sustainable housing for everyone who meets the guidelines to their home repair program.
Football is life! Are we right, Sodak Spurs? The local soccer club here in Brookings. Sodak Spurs work to inspire all players and coaches to achieve their individual highest potential by providing the necessary soccer environments, opportunities, and pathways while enabling them to become lifelong supporters of the game. I am so excited they tossed some Tootsie Rolls up here. I've been waiting for that all day.
We do love when you give us candy. This is Roger DeGroot. Roger DeGroot is a member of the South Dakota House of Representatives. He represents District 7 out of Pierre.
Following Representative DeGroot, we have the Black Student Alliance. This student organization offers Black students a form of identity in social life with diverse activities having direct emphasis on African American culture. This organization also serves as an educational tool to promote cultural awareness to the South Dakota State University community and to enhance the appreciation of the richness and diversity of African American culture.
Did I just hear somebody shouting, Maddie, Maddie, Maddie? They know you, too. I need to work on this for next year. Coming up next is the Jacks Club Hockey. They're a competitive hockey team that competes against other nearby college club hockey programs as part of the American College Hockey Association. Last season, the team went 18-2 and was just shy of qualifying for the regional tournament. Home games are played at the Larson Ice Center right here in Brookings, where spectators can expect to watch fast-paced, action-packed hockey. And as always, they say, go Jacks!
Again, I have to laugh. I know the driver, Dr. George Langland. I took classes with him. I'm so happy the club hockey team is back here on SDSU's campus. They had a brief hiatus, but dang, are these Jacks good on ice. The South Dakota FFA Foundation. Hey, gang, I know you too. FFA, building leaders, growing communities, and strengthening agriculture. The FFA Foundation mission is to support and finance leadership developments for FFA members and chapters, reward successes, and create awareness of ag careers, agribusiness opportunities, and the needs of a growing and diverse industry. Miranda, I only know that because I did a stint on the FFA Foundation board for about 5 years. So that was Jerry and Heidi at the end that just shouted, Maddie!
Maddie! Maddie! Where's the Miranda?
I can't help it. I'm so popular.
All right.
Popular, notorious. We'll see what, the court news says.
There it is again. Maddie.
Those are my friends. I know that. Oh, I don't.
So I need to stack the parade with my friends is what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
Okay. Next year. All right. My parents they're rooting me on. Thank you for that. All right. Next up, the Chester Flying Marching Band. They have marched in Arlington and Chester's competition so far. They're going to finish their season in Volga. It's the Chester Flying Marching Band. Do you know these people, Maddie?
I don't, but I am a big fan of marching bands, so I'm going to be pretty excited for them.
I love when they come by. I can dance for a minute.
You know, earlier you heard me say when the deans went by that we have some pretty great academic programs here, and we are very lucky and fortunate to feature several of the Teacher of the Year honorees. So right now we have Sue Bassett, who is the College of Nursing Teacher of the Year. Sue Bassett is a retired nursing professor at South Dakota State University with over 26 years of teaching experience. She was honored with the Daisy Award for Extraordinary Nurses Educators and named Teacher of the Year by her students.
Flipping and tumbling down the road here is Gold Medal Gymnastics. They're a gymnastics program for children beginning at 18 months and continuing all the way through high school. Look at these guys go. Oh my gosh, they host a series of recreational and competitive opportunities for children. Make some noise for Gold Medal Gymnastics. Can you do that, Maddie? I can't.
I got a pretty good high kick, but I definitely couldn't tumble like that. I might be seeing our friends from the Brookings healthcare ambulance service after that. They're still around.
All right, we'll save it for later.
Here we have the Honors College Student Organization, or HCSO. This group plans engaging social events that foster connection and community among honor students. HCSO also coordinates meaningful service opportunities, encouraging students to give back and stay involved in the local community. Additionally, the organization serves as a voice for honor students within the department, empowering them to take an active role in shaping their educational experience.
It is the Horse Club at SDSU. They're a group that strives to promote the equine industry to SDSU students, the Brookings community, and of course the state of South Dakota. The club hosts a variety of activities on and off campus, some of which include trail rides, of course their Hobo Day float, Ag Day, their annual petting zoo, and much more. Students with all levels of experience are welcome to join.
Give us a moment, folks. We are trying to find that.
Looks like that was our agronomy and precision ag club. They advocate and disseminate knowledge concerning soil, crops, and conservation of natural resources. They foster a spirit of cooperation, mutual helpfulness among students interested in agronomic and conservation-related fields, and they cooperate with other chapters for the furtherance of the science of soil and resource conservation.
Another Teacher of the Year, we have Donna Flint, who is serving as this year's Van D and Barbara B. Fishback Honors College Teacher of the Year. Dr. Donna Flint is a professor and assistant department head in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. She has been honored with the 2025 Timothy J. Nichols Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Student Advising, recognizing her commitment to student success.
Here is the Psychology, Sociology, and Criminal Justice Club at SDSU, a student-led organization dedicated to the advancement of professional, academic, and social development among its members in the wider university community. They uphold the values of collaboration, education, and opportunity. It's the Psychology, Sociology, and Criminal Justice Club.
Here come the men in suits. It's actually Sigma Phi Epsilon. Sig Ep is a fraternity organization within the fraternity and sorority life community at SDSU, and they believe in building balanced men through their pillars of sound mind and sound body.
And one of those members is my little brother Camden. If you're not going to go, Miranda, go Camden. Tease him a little bit. It's good for him. All right, here's the SDSU Ski and Snowboard Club. No snow today, I'm afraid, but they are enthusiasts for it all. They hold bi-weekly information meetings as well as weather-permitting bi-weekly trips to ski hills. Their meetings include planning of ski trips, fundraising, and fun activities to get the whole group together.
Coming through as dignitary number 28, we have Douglas Prairie, who is the Teacher of the Year for the Jerome J. Lohr College of Engineering. Douglas Prairie is a lecturer in agricultural and biosystems engineering at SDSU, specializing in agricultural machinery and precision agriculture. He also owns Prairie Painting Company and has experience in engineering and product management.
Here's our LRAD Shrine. The clowns riding through today's parade. They're dedicated to being the premier fraternal organization for men of good character, providing attractive quality programs and services for their members, their families, and their friends, and of course, a spirit of fun, fellowship, and social camaraderie. fostering self-improvement through leadership education and the perpetuation of moral values and community involvement, and serving mankind through resources of its philanthropy, the Shriners Children's.
You know, one of my fond memories of being the Hobo Day Committee advisor is, shouting one parade morning, "Hold up, we have to let this clown on a cooler through." And that also just says a little bit about the kind of chaos that the committee is dealing with back there in the staging area. You have to appreciate being able to say legitimate things like that in your job of, "Watch out, we have to make way for this clown." Coming up as the best representation of the tagline this year is the Jack Start Abroad program. So international travel by the Jack Start Abroad supports first-year students, and they have traveled to places like France, Ireland, Germany, and a host of other countries. So congratulations, Jack Start Abroad. I think you're starting to rack up the parade banners if my memory serves correct.
All right, here is the Society of Physics Students, who are, of course, dedicated to supporting physics students' education and their research. The Society of Physics Students.
Is that the real Einstein?
If anybody can bring him back, it's the Society of Physics Students. I believe it. All right, I'm going to take this one on, Maddie, because, of course, I love the queens. We have more queens coming through the parade. This time, we have Miss Pride of the Dakotas, as well as Miss Brookings, Sydney, and Emily, both of which earned their titles last year at that Miss SDSU competition. If you remember, I said that's taking place next weekend, October 18th, right here at the Performing Arts Center. Come check it out. Cheer on the next round of women taking on the Miss South Dakota and Miss South Dakota's teen stages.
Hi, Emily Dinkin.
And Sydney Vandenhamel. We love them both. Hi, ladies.
Look at
those
that.
beautiful
Miss Pride of the
waves.
Dakotas. You know she's legit, folks. She is in her marching band uniform.
She already went up the parade route once and came right back to do it again as a queen.
And I would say that speaks to a lot of our students that come through SDSU. They are wearing many different hats and have an opportunity to be a part of so many wonderful things that it is probably not too uncommon to maybe see a couple of them make a few trips through the Hobo Day Parade each year. Right here we have our Brookings County 4-H shooting sports. This program supports youth ages 8 through 18 and teaches kids discipline of BB guns, archery, air rifle, and pistol.
Right behind them is the Latin American Students Association. The purpose of this association is to inform, educate, and provide SDSU students and community with a better understanding of the Latino culture. LASA provides a support group system for Latino and Latina students at South Dakota State University, the community, staff, faculty, and anybody interested in learning about the Latino culture.
The SDSU Natural Resource Management Club is a group of students that work to support and advocate wildlife, plants, and the earth that we live on as a whole, all while doing fun activities with the goal of getting students out into nature and enjoying all the beauty our earth has to offer.
Here is the Volga Christian School. They're committed to the fundamental principles of the instruction and education of children. In school as well as at home must be in accordance with the Word of God. The academic excellence of Volga Christian School has been proven by the achievements of their alumni in high school, post-secondary, and beyond.
Next up, we have the College Republicans at SDSU. They are here to educate and inform their members on current events happening at the local, state, and federal levels. Walking with them this year in the parade are governor candidates John Hanson and Toby Doden, lieutenant governor candidate Carla Lems, U.S. House candidates Marty Jackley and Casey Crabtree, and local candidates Kelsey Bowman and Al Ostream.
All right, well, homes are selling quickly, so get Jack to buy or sell your home with Best Choice Real Estate. Their team of full-time agents are standing by to not only assist you with your real estate needs, but to cheer you on every step of the way. Best Choice Real Estate #1 in the Brookings market for more than 25 years. Give them a call, 692-9200, or of course, visit their website, brookingshomes.com. You can be Maddie Kerr's neighbor, maybe.
Maybe. The house that was up in that neighborhood actually just sold. You know, I always enjoy when either the college Republicans or college Democrat groups come by because you're just covered in stickers and you don't even know what happened. They're so fast and they're so good. You're going to have a sticker on you. Not only are we blessed with a few Dusty Johnson cutouts, we are actually also blessed with the Representative Johnson in person here today as well.
Right behind him is Christian Carota, Teacher of the Year for the College of Education and Human Sciences. Carota is an associate professor at South Dakota State University, focusing on social, emotional development, mental health, and resilience.
You know, Miranda, I think I'm going to let you take the next one. It's S40 because I think you used to be a part of this organization.
I absolutely did. This is Alpha Z Delta and, of course, Pi Kappa Alpha. The women of AZD grow together through devotion to sisterhood, leadership, knowledge, and service. One of their philanthropy works is raising money for the Foster Network, and Alpha Z Deltas can be seen in leadership roles across campus. They're teaming up with Pike, a fraternity, to celebrate Hobo Day and highlight Greek life. Pike works to instill their 4 pillars, which are scholars, leaders, athletes, and gentlemen, in all of their members. I love you, AZD. You're looking great.
Did you ever have to wear the Betsy Bear costume?
No, I thankfully avoided that one. Yes, that was not my go-to. I had a crown on my head, Maddie, and a Hobo Day vest. I was a little busy otherwise.
Yeah, you were. I remember that. Oh my gosh, look at that little Model T coming through here. We have the Watertown Shrine Unit of the El Rayed Shrine Group. I thought it was the plane making that noise. It turns out it's that little scooter. I hope it makes it to the end of the parade.
Next up, we have Trevor Rogier, another Teacher of the Year for the College of Education and Human Sciences. He's been a faculty member since 1999, teaching both undergraduate and graduate courses with a focus on orthopedics and acute injury care. He's also the program director for the MS in Athletic Training and the Pre-Athletic Training Program.
We have our South Dakota Snow Queen, Katie LeBrand. The South Dakota Snow Queen Festival is a scholarship organization that recognizes young women for their exemplary character and provides scholarships for 6 girls each year. Girls come from across the state to compete in their local contests, with the winners of those coming to the state festival in January.
Lots of lactose this morning because here is our Dairy Club, the student-run club in the Department of Dairy and Food Science. The club is all for people interested in all sectors of the dairy industry. They focus on industry networking, personal development, having fun. We've had cheese today. Maybe they can bring us glasses of milk next year.
I would like that.
Perfect for your coffee.
I hope we get to do this again next year. We are honored to have our Students Association President and Vice President Sophie Spire and Wesley Sierra coming through. These students help lead SDSU student body and do important work advocating for their fellow peers and making sure that they have a voice heard not only on the administrative level, but also on the state level with our Board of Regents.
Sleep in Heavenly Peace. They're a nonprofit that builds and delivers beds to children who do not have a bed of their own. Their mission is to ensure that no kid sleeps on the floor in our town.
I know it is Hobo Day because I just saw a motorized cooler. Following that is SDEA Aspiring Educators, and it looks like they took home the most creative award of the student entries this year. SDEA Aspiring Educators is a campus organization for aspiring educators of all levels, early childhood, elementary, and secondary education, to learn and grow together. Their purpose is to invite students studying for the teaching profession to become a member and work towards their chapter goals of professional development, community outreach, political action, and racial and social justice.
Following close behind is the Gender and Sexuality Alliance Club. They're dedicated to promoting the education of students and community members on LGBTQIA2S+ issues, providing a positive and safe environment for individuals of all identities, and helping to spread an inclusive mindset to others on the SDSU campus and Brookings community.
Here we have the Boy Scouts of America. They provide the nation's foremost youth program of character development and values-based leadership training, which helps young people be prepared for life.
Here is the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 1. The Boy Scouts of America provides the nation's foremost youth program of character development and values-based leadership training, which helps young people be prepared for life.
The Nepalese Students Association works to promote understanding, friendship, integrity, and cooperation amongst NESA members at SDSU and exchange Nepalese language, literature, culture, and arts through various activities, as well as to provide peer counseling and advising to the Nepalese students.
If you can't hear us, it's because the bum band is rolling through.
Oh my goodness, we're going to get a real treat this morning. Thank you, Bum Band. This marks 10 years of the Bum Band making a return. So in 2015, that committee felt pretty compelled to have the Bum Band come back, which had kind of gone a little dormant sometime in the late 80s. But the Bum Band is comprised of SDSU Pride members, and they are just a hoot and a half. And ladies and gentlemen, we need you to get on your feet, make some noise, because the stars of this weekend are coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Hobo Day Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, the woman behind it all, Miss Claire Kennecke, hailing from Pierce, South Dakota, is driving the bummobile through on its final lap of this year's Hobo Day Parade.
All right, everybody, we hope you enjoyed the 2025 Hobo Day Parade. Again, I'm Miranda O'Brien Hurdle.
I'm Maddie Kerr.
And maybe you'll see us next year, we hope.
If not, we'll make sure that we get a really good write-in campaign so we get to do this again. Thank you so much. Have a safe, happy Hobo Day. Go big, go blue,
Go Jacks!